Hello, super seniors and stay-at-home strengtheners. It's time for chair interval exercise, brought to you by Community Access Yellow Springs and the Yellow Springs Senior Center. I'm Lynn Hardman behind my mask. I'm alone in this exercise studio, but I'm with you, and I hope you keep on moving. So, let's get this started. But before you start this or any exercise program, please consult your physician. If you have any difficulty with balance or dizziness, you may want to remain seated while you exercise in your chair. And don't do anything that hurts. Go at your own pace and have fun. All right, so let me put that down and this as well. You will need a sturdy chair and some water. I like to have a little music. You might want to clear the area wherever your video viewing screen is and make sure there's nothing for you to slip, trip, or fall on. There's our music. I didn't even push the button. Ha. You can do this whole 60-minute approximately exercise class seated, or you could do some of it standing, some of it seated. I like to say stand up, sit down, fight, 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 but never give up. And if you just keep on moving, like my shirt says today, you'll feel better. And that's the goal of this class, is to feel better moving. So just start it out with a little march. And as you warm up gradually, you can make it bigger or littler. If you run out of breath, you can always slow down, reduce the range of motion, or sit down. No shame in that. All right, let's see how it feels to just breathe, opening our arms up higher and higher. If it doesn't feel good to go above your shoulders per se, don't do it. Just use the range of motion that feels right for you today. Every day is a new day. Now, one of the things we like to focus on that helps our movement get easier is posture. So if you stack your ears over your shoulders and your shoulders over your hips, whether you're seated or standing, and think of elongating your spine. This will help you to move with greater ease. It'll also help you to fill your lungs and exercise them to help you move better, be stronger and healthier. All right, widen out your marching stance, and let's just do a little step tap. Kind of sinking into our triple flexion, or hips, knees, and ankles bending a bit. Hips and shoulders are ball and socket joints that really need a little bit of a warm-up lubrication, so gradually rotate or circle those shoulders back. You can make it bigger or littler as you please. Good, let's open and close our chest a bit. We're gonna focus on the ABCs. That's agility, balance, coordination, and strength. But we'll also get a little bit of cardiovascular exercise to strengthen the most important muscle in our body, the heart. Let's rotate a little through the spine. Very easy, reaching one way then the other. We'll also work on a little bit of flexibility and relaxation mindfulness. If it feels good, you can reach overhead. Wonderful. Let's bring it back to that march. And maybe bring it over to one side of your chair. We're going to work on a couple of always do, because patterns are great for our brain. And what's good for our body and our brain together is to move. So we're going to use some tried and true old patterns. And one of them is simply a single, double, 4. We do that a lot to work on balance. So if you lift your knees, I'm going to call these singles, 1 each side. And then if you do 4 more singles, 3 more, 2, 1, double now. 2, 2. Gotta find the rhythm there, Lynn. All right, so we're balancing. We could do 4s. 4, 3, 2. Simple, but not that easy. That's why we stay right next to our chair. So we can use it as our check for our support system. Here's another exercise that you'll do behind your chair, but I want to show you the footwork. So I'll be in front of my chair just to show you. We step out to the left, step out to the right, step in to our neutral stance, and then we do it a little faster. So this pattern, out, out, in, a little faster, is about agility. You can make it as big or as little as you like. Agility is the ability to move our feet fast, and it's been shown to help reduce the risk of falls. But heck, it also helps us to enjoy better quality of life. So if you feel froggy, you can go a little faster. And this is just the warm-up, so that was a preview of that pattern. We're gonna transition to our chair. But before we do, let's get a calf stretch. I'm gonna ask you to sidle up to your chair or perhaps grab a nearby wall. I'm gonna do it that way today. Help me hold this wall up, would you? Anyway, calf stretch, lower leg, can be realized easily by stepping back with one leg, leaning as if you're holding up the wall, and easing out, and we'll do the other leg. Unless, of course, something hurts or you're just not able to stand, you can do plenty of stretches from your chair. So keeping that heel pasted on the ground, lean forward. Good news, the wall's still up. All right, as we come to our chair to do some dynamic seated stretches, make sure you got your water. Make sure your heels and lower legs are close to the chair. So as you're sitting down, if your knee or your hip or your ankle gives out, you will sit right down in the chair instead of hitting the floor. But if you want to do a little bit of squatting a few times before you get seated, keep your chin up figuratively and literally. It'll help to correct your posture. It's a good time to get a drink. It's over here. Water, so good for us, especially as these summer months and the weather gets warmer. We've got to stay hydrated. All right, let's try that out, out, in pattern again, but this time seated to our right, sitting tall, to our left, in, a little faster, out, out, sit tall, a little faster at tempo. And if you like, a little faster, out, out, in, out, in, or stampede. Crazy feet, just out wide, in narrow, out wide, and leave them out wide, and let's get an inner thigh stretch. Pulling up through the spine and hinging slightly forward, putting gentle pressure on the insides of the knees to stretch the inner thighs. We use them a lot for balance, and they assist us when we sit down, get back up, squatting. If you like, roll your shoulder. And then the other. Good. Walk those toes and heels together. Sit at the edge of your seat and stick out one leg and stick out the other. Singles. If you want, stick your sole in the air. Dorsiflex that foot. Let's try doubles. 2 on this side. Nice and slow. 2 on this side. Now 4s. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 on the other side. Squeeze those quadriceps. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it with a point, flex, point. 3, 2, 1. Other leg, last time. 4, point. And waving at you. 2 more. 1. How are you doing today? Woo! Let's stretch through that right hamstring, the back of the upper leg and the lower leg. Toes up, supporting on our lap here. Keeping the back long and strong. Reaching forward, lifting the toes and the fingers up, up, up. And then pushing them down, down, down. If you like, pull that knee toward the chest, pull the navel in, and circle the ankle in one direction, and then the other. Good. All right. Other leg, supporting on your lap, pulling up and in, breathing. Stretch your tailbone back and stretch your toes and fingers up. That feels good. Now, if it doesn't feel good, you can substitute a different movement, but try your best to keep on moving. Pull the navel in, draw the knee towards the chest, and draw those circles with your ankle. Now, there are times when we have to adjust our movement, other direction. We're going to use a perceived exertion scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest intensity and 10 being the maximal intensity. And as always, we're shooting for a target goal of about a 4 to a 7. If we get to a 9 or a 10, it means we are working too hard and we've got to slow down or stop. So just do your best, and then you can take a rest when you need it and join back in and keep on moving. Okay. Let's do our agility pattern. I've already shown it standing and seated, but this time we're going to work on it a little longer for good cardio health. Dig your heels in if you're standing up, and we're going to be behind our chair. If you're seated, come to the edge of your seat. Good. Let's start out to our right. Out. Out. Weight is equal in both legs. Good, a little bit faster, out, out. Let's stay at this slow pace for now, consciously committing to a little bit of a mini squat and putting our weight equal in our right and left legs. Okay, ready for tempo? Out, out, in, good. All right. Let's play a little brain game. Why not? Let's see if we can, we've made lists recently. Oh, I know, let's think of things that come in 4s, like the seasons, yeah? Spring, summer, fall, winter. That's gonna be hard. 4 Musketeers, Athos, Porthos, D'Artagnan, and that other guy. You try it. Think of things that come in 4s, even if you can't name them all. The 4 tops. Let's see, 4 suits in cards. Eek. Oh, the 4 Beatles. I could name them. but maybe not at this tempo. Hey, but this is about getting cardiovascular exercise too. So if you want, move it faster. Now you don't have to think of things that come in fours. Pump those arms. How you feeling? Can you breathe? Are your joints feeling okay? Because if they don't, slow it down, no worries. But keep on moving and breathing. Good. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1. Good. Take a deep breath in. Just see if we can stretch up like we're climbing a rope. And the other. Good. Let's see if we can balance on one leg here. You could just float that right leg in the air and see if you can balance on one leg, knowing you can grab your chair. You could put your kickstand down and just put a tiny bit of weight in that toe. Good. Let's try it on the other. Stand tall or sit tall. Stretching that leg out while you're seated is actually harder. And it engages your core. How'd that feel? How are you on that perceived exertion scale, 1 to 10? I need you to say it out loud. I think I can hear you. If you want to continue on your feet, yay, you're right. Let's do it to our left. Slow. Super slow. In. Good. A little bit faster. Out, out, in. Good. Out, out. Weight is equal. A little faster at tempo. Good. Let's do a little coordination challenge. We played this game before. We called it head, shoulders, hips. Well, let's do it the other way. Let's do hips, shoulders, head. You could just do one hand. That's hard. Hips, shoulders, head. Hips, shoulders, head. We're starting it intentionally slow. Let's do it faster. Hips, shoulders, head. That's actually easier for me. Hips, shoulders, head. You could try with both hands if you like. How are you doing with that? Hips, shoulders, head. Hips, shoulders, head. Hips, shoulders, head. One more layer of coordination. Cross on the shoulders. I messed it up. How are you doing? Do you want to go fast? Stay behind your chair. I'm going to come and see if I can see you. Oh, there you are. Keep on moving. Stay safe. Whew. We're almost done with this little 10-minute cardio interval. Thank goodness. I'm slowing down. I'm feeling like about a 7. How about you? Doing all right? Well, let's bring it on over to the right side of our chair and try a little bit of balance work that will keep us moving and keep our heart beating, but you can slow your body down a bit. We're just gonna do a little bit of a Charleston. We're gonna take that right foot forward and then tap forward with the left. Take the left foot back, tap back with the right. Right, tap, left, tap, right, tap, left, tap. Got it? You can do whatever you like with your arm. We're going kind of slow. You could add a little kick there if you like, instead of a tap. And then you'd be balancing. But you have your chair right in your hip pocket if you need it. Do you think you want to try this a little faster? Let's try one more slow, and if you like, we'll go double time. Step, tap, kick, or tap. Chair's right there if you need it. 2, 1. March it out. We're going to walk on our imaginary tightrope to get to the other side. Use your chair. Use your best posture. Once you're over here, take a deep breath. Ask yourself on that scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? Do you feel like sitting down? If so, you're right. If not, we're going to do a slow step forward with our left, tap with our right. Step back, right, tap with our left. Slow one more time. Tap. Step back, tap. A little bit faster. Step, tap, step, tap. Keep that chair where you can use it. Best posture. If you like it, you kick. And work on your balance. Hold the navel in. Keep your head high. You got this. Good. Let's do one more, slow, and then a little bit faster. Hey, that wasn't a very good cue, was it? You can go at whatever speed moves you best. You can kick it, or you can tap it. Just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay, we did it. We're going to focus on strength now. How'd you like that, Charleston? Was that fun? That's not a strength move, is it? All right, but squatting is an excellent strength exercise. Using your whole body weight, keeping your head high. Get your hips back. Power up. Breathe in as you go down, ideally. Exhale as you come up. Get your tailbone back. Push it under. Squeeze those cheeks. Try your best. Maybe 2 more squats. If you're already sitting down, hooray for you. You know your limits and you're respecting your body. Super duper. All right, please hydrate regularly. You don't have to wait for me to tell you that it's time to get a drink, but it is best to get your drink from the chair, unless you've got like a countertop high shelf over here. I just don't want anybody to chip a tooth. That would be a bad thing. Expensive too. All right. Well, I failed to say at the beginning of the show, it is nice to have some little toys to play with, like a rubber tube or a rubber ball. But starting next week, we might use some handheld weights, okay? More on that later. I'll give you some ideas of easy things you have around the house. But let's get started. We're going to use both our tools today. Sitting at the edge of your seat, go ahead and place the ball between your thighs, just above the knees. Feet are a little closer than the thighs. And give that ball a test squeeze. Just to make sure it's not going to squirt out and roll across the room. Exhale each time you squeeze the ball. This is the lower body fitness exercise. We want to use everything below the belt. So squeeze the ball as you push your heels down and peel your toes up. Squeeze the ball as you squeeze your gluteals, your butt muscles. And pull the navel in and brace as if someone's going to bop you in the belly. And breathe that whole time, okay? Take a break when you need it. And we're going to set up for the upper body exercise that you might choose to do together. I like to start with the lower body because it has more endurance, bigger muscles. But we're going to add a chest press, if you like, with this tube right behind our upper back, underneath the armpits. This is a long tube, so I'm going to grab it closer to my shoulders to get a little bit of a challenge on this chest press. As I push my arms out, it should feel like work, but nothing should hurt. You too. Inhale as you open your chest. Exhale as you push your arms out straight. You can add that lower body, inner thigh squeeze, heel dig, toes up, butt squeeze, belly tight, but breathe. So ideally your wrists stay straight during this chest press. You're bending your elbows as you come back and you're straightening them as you push forward. That way we're strengthening the triceps as well as the chest muscles and the fronts of your shoulders. Good. I hope it feels good. You should feel like you're nearing the end of this exercise. And how that feels, I guess, could be described as a 8, 9, or 10 on the perceived exertion scale, with a little bit of a dull, achy, maybe a burning sensation in your muscles, but never a sharp, sudden shooting pain. Okay, let's take that tube off, lay it in our lap. We're going to do a little one-arm row with the ball under the right foot. Take your time. Move that ball around. And here's the lower body option. You're going to stack that ball under the arch of your foot and give it a good squeeze. Your body naturally kind of flexes forward while you do this. Exhale as you squeeze the ball. Pull the navel in, and you've got a nice abdominal exercise. Good. So this is the below the belt part of the exercise, which would be great to do that half. If you want to take a break and add an upper body option, you could do just the upper body or both together, or just the lower body, or neither. But loop your tube around the foot, the right foot, and take the tube to the outside of the right knee. Grab it with the thumb pointing down. Support your body on that other lap as you pull, as if you were starting a lawnmower. You can support your back on this other leg, and you can add a little bit of a rotation. And remember, you're pushing through that sole of the right foot. This is a whole body exercise. Do your best, pulling that navel in and looking over that right shoulder toward the trailing elbow. Maybe just 2 more if you've got a good amount of resistance on your tube. And remember, we want to keep the tube tight, like the strings of an upright bass violin, or like a tightrope, not loose like a jump rope. Go ahead and take the band off of the right foot and move the ball over to your left, and we'll get that left side. Move the ball around a little bit till you like the positioning for your leg press. Hold the navel in. This is strengthening the hamstring, the quadricep, and the gluteals of your left leg, as well as your abdominals. So breathe. You get out of it what you put into it, but promise me if anything hurts, you will modify or stop. Or go back to the last movement that felt good to you. All right, if you want to take a break with the lower body exercise, let's set up for the upper body option. And these are all options. As you loop that tube around the left foot, take both ends of it, or your strap, whatever you've got there, into the left hand on the left outside of your left leg. You can support your body on that right side as you pull that tube from around mid-calf to almost as high as your shoulder. But keep that hand close to the body, or drawing a line from the outside of the left foot to the elbow. And if you like, you're pushing into that left leg really hard. You can add a little rotation, looking back at that trailing left elbow. You can see that nice straight line from your elbow through your wrist, pointing down through your thumb to the outside of the shoe. Breathing. Are you pushing that ball as hard as you can? Do your best. Maybe 2 more, and then we'll take a rest. I need a rest. Ooh, okay, that was a whole body exercise. I felt that on my whole body. Take your time. Getting that ball over to the side would be good for your back. That way you can step to the side, lean to the side. Slowly gather that up, tuck it away somewhere, and get a little sip of water. We're moving right along. All right, so we're going to transition back to one of aerobic movement again. Let's use our single, double, 4 pattern. And we'll use it in a number of different ways. Okay, here's what it looks like in the chair. But remember, those of you out there who want to, who know you're going to be most suited standing, go ahead and get up and come on over to the right side of your chair. Whether you're standing or seated, best posture. Shoulders down in your back pockets, and just lift your knees. If you're standing, you've got to be able to touch the chair with your left hand if you're standing on the right. And it is best to be standing off to the side so you don't kick that chair with your knees. These are singles. Very simply, 1 each side. Let's try doubles. 2. Peace. Good. How about 4s? 4, 3, 2. Switch. 4, 3, 2. How about bent and straight? Woo. I added a little bit of coordination and thinking to the pattern. You could be seated and do this, or standing, but take a little break here with a march. And note, if you're seated, and this is why I do the chair exercise myself, your quadriceps and hip flexors are going to get a little tired, so you might have to pull your heels back, get creative, trust your body, and keep on moving. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to take us over to behind the chair, so we can kick our heels up. Those of you in the chair will appreciate this. Just start out with a little mini squat to get those thighs and hips pumping. You can even come up to the tippy toes if you like, and then lift your heels up for these single hamstring curls. Let's do something fun with our arms. If that's not fun for you, you could just do it with one hand and keep one hand on the chair or very close to it, switching occasionally. Or no hands. I mean no arm movements. Your hands are down here. Try not to whack your sturdy chair. 4 more singles. 3, 2. How about doubles? Double here. Double here. Now we're balancing. Good. Keep that knee soft on the support leg. Know that you can tap your toe down or touch your chair with your hand at any time. 2 more doubles. How about 4s? 4, 3, 2, switch. It's kind of hard with those arms going. 4, 3, 2, switch. 4, 3, 2, switch. 4, 3, 2. Let's march it out. How are you doing on your perceived exertion? All right? Can you talk? A 5 is like, hey, I feel good. Give me a little bit more. I'm ready to go. And a 9 or a 10 is like, whew, gotta slow down. You should always be able to talk. All right, let's strengthen our hips. Instead of a hamstring curl, we'll leave the leg a little straighter, and we'll be able to strengthen our hip abductors. Start with that little mini squat again. Good. Keep your hands close to your chair if you need a balance check. And lift. Good. These are singles. You could use one arm, the other arm, both arms, or neither. Lots of options. 4 more singles. 3, 2. How about doubles? Good. Pull the navel in. How you doing? My hips are starting to tire. How about 4s? 3, 2, switch. 4, 3, 2, switch. 4, 3, 2. Last set of 4. 4, 3, 2. Woo! Take a little stretch by pushing into that hip, if you like, and then the other. There's a little spider crawling across the floor of my studio here. I'm gonna leave it alone if it leaves me alone. All right, I kind of lost track of time. So occasionally that happens, go figure. So let's try this pattern on the left, because we haven't been over here yet. And let's just try it with a little kick, not a karate kick, just a little kick. Ready? Kick, kick. If you're in your chair, you can point your toe or flex it. You can sit back in your seat, or you could sit forward. Sitting back in your seat will give your spine some support and more support on the back of your thigh if your quads are tired. Good. How about doubles? 2 each side. 2. 2. Good. All right. 2 more doubles. How about 4? 4, 3, 2, switch. Do you want to try that bent straight pattern? But it's going to be straight, bent, straight, bent, straight, bent, straight, bent, kick, knee, kick, knee. Did you see me? Oh, kick, knee. I have to say it. How are you doing? Do you have to say kick, knee? Kick, knee, kick, knee, kick, knee. Let's spell K-I-C-K-N-N-O. I mean K-N-E-E. March it out. That was a brain game that I didn't do so good at. How did you do? Are you able to laugh at me? That would be called passing the talk test. Hey, we got one more strength set in this heavy, fun hour of exercise. This is our way to transition to the chair and get the most out of it. So get your head up, get your hips back. Oh, make sure your heels are really close to the chair. Keep your weight equal in your right and left foot. Keep your heels firmly digging into the floor. I like to think of my toes actually grabbing the floor and kind of pulling it apart. You can think of whatever works best for you, but squeeze your cheeks together at the top and breathe. And whenever you're ready to get seated, please have another sip of water. Oh boy. Do it mindfully, do it slow. I'm going to check our time here. All right, we're going to focus on core a little bit and play some games. But I just want to see where we're at in our musical lineup here. Okay, we're doing good. Let's use our ball. Sitting tall, pull your navel in, scoot your hips to the edge of your chair, feet together a little ahead of your knees, brace your belly, and shoulders down in your hip pockets. Tuck your tailbone in and lean back. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I mean about using gravity against your abdominals. But you stay where you're at there so you can see. So we're tucking that tailbone under, pulling the navel in like we're zipping up tight trousers. And we're leaning back so that gravity is using our body weight to strengthen our abdominals. Then we lean forward just a titchy bit and then back. Pulling that navel in, keeping the chin gently tucked as if we're holding a very ripe, juicy orange under our chin, and we don't want to dribble that orange juice down our shirt. If you like, you can add that knee up on that slide. Breathe. You can add on by reaching overhead. That makes it harder. Ooh. If you don't like that, don't do it. We're doing singles. If you like, let's do doubles. 2 on the right leg and 2 on the left leg. Hey, how about 4s? 4, 3. Oh, that's hard for me. And switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break if you like. Keep going if you like. I kind of ran out of muscular strength in my abdominal region. It's getting hot even in this nice cool basement. All right, so let's focus on the sides of our body. This is an exercise we do fairly frequently, but let's give it a twist today. It looks like this seated, okay? But I'm going to give you the option to try it standing if you like. If you know you're happy in your chair, stay there. If you want to try it standing, you'll be behind your chair. I'm going to just step out to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Fairly wide stance. Drop down into a little mini squat and tuck your tailbone under, squeezing those glutes. Then you can tuck the ball under your right shoulder. You can use that left hand right near your chair. And imagine a curtain in front of you that you are not going to lean into. Squeeze your gluteals. And in this little squat, squeezing the hips forward, we're going to get some lower body exercise, but it's isometric, so breathe. If we don't exhale each time we try to squeeze the ball, our blood pressure will go high, unnecessarily, perhaps dangerously so. Breathe at your own pace, do your best. My legs are getting tired, so I'm going to come up out of that squat. Woo! Shake it loose. Before we do that again on the left, let's give our legs a little break and play a little game with our ball. Whether you're seated or standing, just hold that ball out about an arm's length in front of you, and then stand nice and still. Well, actually, you can march if you want, but try to stabilize your head and keep your eye on the ball as it moves, but don't move your head. Track the ball to the right just by stretching your eyes. Track the ball to the left. Moving it side to side. A little faster, but a smaller range of motion. Maybe up and down. Don't move your head. This is an example of that VOR skill. You could even do little circles or big circles. Stretching your eyes as far as they'll go. Good. All right. We're going to do another set of that lateral flexion for your obliques in our sumo squat stance. But make sure that you've got the chair where you can grab it with your right hand. You would be behind your chair, right? But I'm out here so you can see my feet. Slightly wide stance, drop down into a mini squat, but tuck your hips under. Normally I tell you to let your tailbone go back. This is a sumo squat. We're keeping it tucked under and tight. Oh, and add that lateral, that shoulder stability exercise. Imagine the curtain in front of you. Squeeze that ball, squeeze your gluteals. You'll feel this in your inner thighs as well. Breathe each time. If you're seated, you're still doing an excellent job. Getting strong through your obliques and the shoulder stability muscles. Shoulders are very prone to injury, and we've got to keep them strong. Strength training is like an insurance program for your joints. I'm running out of gas on that one. Woo! We're going to transition to the chair again. So, actually, if you are standing, let's get another calf stretch. It's really one of the harder exercises for flexibility to get in your chair. And it's very important because most of us are upright, bipedal, walking people. Even those of us who aren't, we need our ankles for so much. Even just transferring from a chair or a wheelchair to another seated position. So use a wall if you've got it. And gently, gradually walk your right foot back and pace the heel on the ground and lean forward with a long, strong, straight leg, but never locked. Breathe as you stretch. And ease out of that and gradually walk the left leg back for the same. Heel pasted to the ground, leaning forward like you're holding this wall up. Ease out. That felt good. Another nice little, with shoes on, ankle flexibility would be circling with the toe down. If it doesn't hurt your toenails. Here's a little footnote regarding toenails. As we get seated with our squats, it's really important that you have your feet checked regularly if you're a diabetic. A toe wound can get really bad really fast, and then you might have to have it removed, and then your balance won't be so good. So, but all of us need to take good care of our feet so we can keep on moving. Even if we are wheelchair users, or especially then, because you know, the tips of our toes, maybe the circulation isn't as good, and so having someone check your feet, and also flexibility wanes as we get older, and it's harder to clip our own toenails as our vision. So don't be ashamed to ask for help, and definitely from a medical perspective, get those feet checked and the eyes very regularly. Time for a little sip of water as we slow down. All right. So that was a lot of good moving. I feel like I left something out, but all right, sitting at the edge of your chair, just as we did in the beginning. Let's try our hamstring stretch. At the end of some good, gentle movement, you will feel more flexible. If you don't, that's a pretty good indication that your exercise wasn't appropriate. Maybe it was too vigorous or something got strained. Well, we are very interested in training, not straining. So hinge forward, supporting on that left lat. And this time let your other left hand, your right hand, drift down to your leg. As your toes lift up, lengthen your tailbone back. Breathe in through your nose. Ah, that feels good. All right. If you like, you can push the sole of your foot down like you're pushing on a pedal. And you may or may not feel that stretch on the front of your ankle, but it's good. And then lift the toe again and try to point it inward. And you may or may not feel a stretch on the outside of the ankle, but there's a long nerve that runs down on the outside of that leg. And it's good to keep that nerve flexible too. Other side, supporting on the left. Breathe deep. Remember, if the shoulder doesn't like to be extended, shorten it, soothe it. Hinging forward and allowing that arm to rest. Kind of wiggle to get comfortable. Lift the toes up. As you inhale and stretch the spine longer. Take your time with this stretch. I think I started to say, at the beginning of our exercise session, we tend to be not as flexible because moving keeps us more flexible. Push the sole of that foot down toward the floor if it feels good. And even if you don't feel that stretch on the front of the ankle, it's very good for ankle mobility. Lift that toe up. You can sit up a bit if you like, and sort of, without rotating the knee, point the toe toward the other toe. And again, you may or may not feel the outside of the ankle stretch, but it's a good one. Ankles are really important for our flexibility, or for our balance. Turn to the side. Let's try this quadricep hip flexor stretch, but it also gets the whole body. Hinge forward a bit as you ease that leg back. I like to let the toe relax, let the leg feel heavy and have it point back, but you can have it tucked under as well. So let that knee drift down and then let the crown of your head drift up with your breath. And as you exhale, stretch toward your chair. Stay here and enjoy a nice deep belly breath. You can pat yourself on the back and stretch through this tricep as well. Take your time coming out of it. Let's get a chest opener, spine as well. Starting with the hands together. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, slow and easy as you open your arms and your shoulders and your chest. Kind of think of stretching your heart up to the ceiling. And then exhale, bringing the shoulders and the chest to a closed position. And pushing all that stale air out, tucking your tailbone under. Maybe take it over your head and climb the imaginary rope. Good. And take your time turning to the left side. All right. Easy does it as you hinge forward to gradually get that right leg back, just as far as is comfortable for you. As you ease into an upright position, let that right leg drift down, feeling heavy. Inhale, stretching the crown of the head up, perhaps a little arch if it feels good. And then exhale when you're ready, towards your chair back. Hang out here, take a deep, slow breath. Pat yourself on the back. You did a good job moving today. I always feel better after I move a little. It's a good indication if you don't feel better after moving that form of exercise wasn't good for you or that intensity wasn't exactly right. And sometimes it's better to just keep moving gradually, gently at a lower intensity. Yeah, sometimes it's good to exercise at a higher intensity, but moving regularly is what really gives you the benefits, okay? So, I'm gonna get another sip of water, and then we're gonna do a little bit of mindful breathing. For this, you may like to scooch back in your chair. I'm gonna move my ball out of the way. And just get comfy, resting your arms in your lap. We'll skip to our last song. Whew. Oh, calm your body, calm your mind, calm your spirit, relax, and bring your attention to your breath or to your heartbeat. It's an easy way to sort of relax the mind. Breathing at your own pace in through your nose. And out through your mouth or your nose. And just enjoy thinking of nothing in particular. Again, bringing your focus to your breathing. As you breathe, just notice how your breath is. Is it smooth and long, or is it a little choppy? Smooth it out. Think of smelling your favorite aroma, filling your lungs from the bottom to the top, and exhale as if you're blowing out a little candle. This mindful breathing practice is so good for our mind, body, and spirit, and it only takes a few minutes. I really, really want to thank you for all of the time you spent moving with me. I really miss moving with you together, but you know, as time moves on, we have to keep thinking of what's going to work best. And when this show airs, I will be moving or helping one of my 3 children move to New Mexico. So it will be an adventure for sure. But also I've been thinking a little bit more about moving to this format of video exercise. Many of you told me in the past, hey, why don't you do that? Well, now it seems like a really good idea because of the coronavirus. And, this may not be the first, and it certainly won't be the last pandemic in our lifetimes. So I think it's good to have a plan B or C, and I can complement it with meeting you in person when it's safe. And then as long as we have community access Yellow Springs, hey, this is working, all right? So wherever you are, keep on moving and keep it safe and simple. Goodbye for now.